Good afternoon, students. We have three experiments for our basic electrical and instrumentation engineering regarding machines lab. The first one will be load characteristics of DC shunt motor. Shunt motor, as we all know, we are using it for centrifugal pumps and many blowers and fans also. We are going to conduct load test on DC shunt motor and draw the characteristic curves. Okay. What we are going to determine here is the efficiency of the DC shunt motor, and we are going to obtain the performance characteristics of DC shunt motor. Okay. The circuit diagram is as follows. Before that, we will see what are the apparatus required. We need a voltmeter, ammeter of lower rating and higher rating, a rheostat, and the connecting wires. Okay. For that, we have a formula. You just look into the formula from the lab manual. We have one simple formula which is to calculate the output power. Output power is 2 pi nt by 60. Okay. Now I'll show the circuit diagram. The circuit diagram for the machines lab will be like this. Here we have the input 220 volt DC supply. As this is DC shunt motor, we will be giving 220 volt DC supply. There is no frequency for this since it is DC. Then it is connected to the field of the motor. As we know, the motor has both field winding and the armature winding. The field is connected through the rheostat. As we need to vary the input current for the field, we need to connect a rheostat before the field winding. Okay. For a motor to start, we need a 3-point starter. So we have to connect a 3-point starter here. For calculating or measuring the current value of the load, we have to connect a ammeter at this point. To measure the load voltage, we are connecting the voltmeter at this point. This is the motor armature A1 and A2 point. Okay. So what are the points here is the connecting points are F1, F2, A1, A2, voltmeter plus minus. Be careful, it is not phase and neutral. Since it is DC, it should be plus and minus, and ammeter plus minus. For 3-point starter, we have 3 points. One is L, which denotes the line, F, which denotes the field, and A, which is connected to the armature. To protect all these devices, we have a fuse connected at this point. Okay, this is the circuit connection. This denotes the load. Okay, what is the load connected? Because since we are calculating the load characteristics, we are connecting a load here. This is our soft copy of the manual. The same circuit will be looking like this in the panel board. Okay, I'll explain it. Here we have mains, see, plus minus we have, and we have 3 points of 3-point starter. One is L, which is at the top, and the second one is A, third one is F. Okay, this point is F, which is connected to field. And the next we have motor's field winding. The first point is F1, the below point is the F2 point, and we have armature point. One is A1 and A2. The speed of the motor can be calculated from this tachometer out. Okay, digital tachometer we can calculate this. Okay, and through this we can connect 3 measuring instruments. One is the ammeter, which is connected at the field side. Second one is the voltmeter for calculating the load voltage. These are all DC measurement devices. Okay, and the ammeter at the armature side. Okay. Apart from this, we have a rheostat. The rheostat looks like this. Okay, we can connect the rheostat, and one precaution should be made before starting this experiment, which is the field rheostat should be at the minimum position, because if we keep this at the maximum position, maximum current will be flowing through, so it should be at the minimum position. So be careful with this. So this is the only precaution. Okay, before switching on, before giving connections, the DC input switch should be switched off. After giving connections, we can switch it on. Okay, this is actually the panel board, which is the actual replica of what is inside this motor. Okay, the motor connections are made replica on the panel board. Okay, we have to connect here. After giving connections, we have to run it. Okay, thank you. Students, now we are going to do the experiment and take readings for the load test on DC shunt motor. Okay, we have to follow the procedure as per it is given in the manual. before following the procedure, do check the precautionary actions. We have 3 precautionary actions to be followed. One is the rheostat. First, check whether the field rheostat is in the minimum position. It should be at the minimum position. If not, over current will flow through the system and the motor may get damaged. So the field current or field rheostat should be at the minimum position. First one. And check whether the load is at 0. See, both the loads. The load applied should be 0 at the starting point. If we start with load, then the motor will not start. Okay. These 2 precautionary actions should be taken, and the connection should also be checked. After that, we can follow the procedure. First, after giving the connection, what we need to do is we have to switch on the DC supply. See, there is a DC switch. Switch on the DC switch. Now it is on. The system is on. Before applying the starter, you should be careful that you should not touch any wires connected to the meters. Okay. Now we can switch on now we can move the 3-point starter to the right. Now we can see that motor gets started and it is running now. See, it is normally running. First, we have to note down the no load readings. At no load, here the load is 0. At no load, the readings for field current is now, it is between 0.5 and 1, so it should be 0.6. Okay, it should be 0.6. Actually, it is not 0.6. Yeah, 0.6 divided by 2, because we have connected here with 2.5, so it should be 0.6 divided by 2. Okay, and the readings for voltmeter, here is no load reading is around, we have connected with 300, so it should be see the voltmeter no load reading shows 95 volt. Okay, DC 95 volt, and the armature current here we have connected it at 10 amps, so it should be 0.45 divided by 2. Okay, we can note all the readings here in the manual for the no load readings. After that, we have to vary the load, and accordingly we will have to take the readings. We will also have to note down the speed of the motor. At no load, the speed of the motor is 1430. I have noted it down here. Now I am going to vary the load. Okay, apply the load parallelly on both the sides. Okay, and note down the S1, S2 readings. Left side we have S1, this is S1 and this is S2. Okay, okay, now we have applied the load somewhere and the S1, S2 varies. Note down the S1 value. It is 1 for S1 and it is 2 for S2. We have to note down the value of S1, S2 here at the first point, not here at the second reading. Okay, this is for second reading. Make it as 0, 0. Okay, I will make this is 0, 0 and this is 1, 2. Now with this we have to note down all the readings of ammeter. Ammeter, it shows 0.6 divided by 2, and for voltmeter it shows 95. There is no much change, and here it is 0.5. See, here it is 0.5 divided by 2. So for the first load, these are the readings, and the current value, it increases to it decreases to 1428. Okay, now we have to add more load. Before adding, you should pour some water because the motor will be heated now. Add more load to the system. So they are adding. So now I keep the S1 at 2 and S2 at 5. Okay, note down the same to the manual. Now the value of voltmeter, ammeter and the armature current should also be noted. Likewise, we have to take 5 or 6 readings. Taking more readings will make the characteristics precise. Okay, before everything we will have to take the nameplate details which will be there at the motor. At the side of motor a label will be pasted. On that label you can see the nameplate details of the motor. Okay, for all the motors this thing will be displayed. Why we have to take this nameplate details is we should not increase the current of the motor beyond this nameplate detail. Actually, you can go up to the 80% of this value. If it is 12 amps, we can increase the current up to 10 amps. Okay, up to 10 amps we can take the readings. You should be careful enough with that. Likewise, we have to vary the load and take all these 3 readings, or it should be 4 5. One is ammeter, voltmeter, next last one is the load current, next the speed and the S1 S2 values also. Okay, thank you.